Greetings everyone, please give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like all my live streams are going. Time to activate the chat windows. Okay, that's online. Looks like everything's online. Time for chat. Best messages. Looks like everything's good to go. And that's cleaned on up. Disable preview to save some resources. Let me double check my other computer now. Looks like everything's good to go, so let's get started. I do have a handful of replays, nothing too significant. Let's just start from the top. Here we are. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawned on the right side as the Yellow Indians, we got Oathbringer. Spawned as the Blue Russians, we got Yopasa? That's a Q, so I don't know how to pronounce that. Spawned bottom left side as the Red Swedes, we got El Nino. And spawned as the Magenta Ottomans, we got Sacrificed On in foreign text. Of course, I see some early houses there. Got some torps now established to collect up some delicious coin and berries. And he may be going for a early market. Let's see, what is he doing right now? He has enough. I think he's trying to get enough wood for the hunting dogs, or maybe not. There, he needs a little bit more coal. Just leaving 140 wood. You don't even need 100. Oh, he's going for a torp here. That's what he's eyeing, not hunting dogs. My bad. We do have over here local doggo being killed off to steal his mess of crawdads, so his pups will go hungry for the winter. Let's see now. No deck. We do have a deck for the Indian player. We got the advanced rice paddy. We got a lot of economic cards. It's probably not a good idea. We do have some team cards down here. We do have the team Shivizjaz Tactics, plus 5% hit points and damage for all units. Alright, team Hired Claws, that can be quite nice, which are native units, which also select them to discipline. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I wasn't paying attention to the conversation. This deck doesn't seem that great, honestly. Too many economic cards. For the Ottoman player, we got the C Team Rush, which does one team card here. Teams for Sipahi. And that's it. And over here for the Russian, don't see any team cards. Not the expedition, which plus 10% health would be quite nice for his Indian ally if he wants to go for, well, anything cavalry based. He says he's gonna go for Carolines. and full cannon, full leather cannon, or full falconet. Guess we'll find out soon enough. We do have the Team House Bernadette, which gives heavy infantry plus 50% hit points. Which, let's see, Ottomans has a lot of heavy infantry units, Janissaries, Azaps, and the Fusiliers, so lots of heavy infantry to utilize that capability as well. And looks like he says he's going for age 2 stuff. He is aging up with the Naturalists. So it looks like he's going for leather cannon. Carolyn leather cannon's composition. That's interesting. Over here we do got the Karamata, which is the economic collection one. Autumn player is not aging up, or has already aged up. Has already aged up. It's going for Town Watch and the research we're not going to talk about. Which maybe not great research at this moment in time. That seems a bit of a waste of food. It makes sense if you're Indian, but not if you're not Indian, Italian, but does not make sense if you're Ottoman overall. You have some delis now being flown in the field. So I suppose extra spawning range for delis is not bad. The quartermaster. Got a torp shipment, we've got the second wood trickle, got a wood shipment, and we got the Cossack shipment there. So the Russian players are to be aggressive. There's also native Hodane Shone Tomahawk, which is effectively a revolutionary variant. We got a good number of torps here by the Swede. That's probably from Dominions. Cossacks advancing. What is red going for defense? You got a round of Carolines there, which do have the bonus saving versus heavy at range, with no bayonet to protect themselves in melee, though they do have relatively high melee. One villager does get picked off there. We've got a round of Streltsy. His teammate has gone for round delis, which are a perfect item against these Streltsy. Very good teamwork. The Indian player is bringing some Sepoys. They have good melee damage, but less multipliers. So they make them slightly less versus cavalry, but they're still pretty good in general. Sepoys getting hit there by the Carolines. Another round of Carolines there, so the Sepoys or the Carolines should deal with Streltsy and Sepoys no problem. We got Streltsy over here. Of course, they are a pretty weak skirmisher variant. Of course, they're also a pretty cheap skirmisher variant as well, costing 60 each. In comparison to crossbowmen versus heavy does 20 damage, while the Streltsy just do 16. And not to mention, crossbowmen have a health of 100, while Streltsy has a health of 72. And less range. One Carolines does go down. He needs some heavy cavalry over here. Maybe crossbowman would be a decent item versus the Streltsy. Leather cannon will be good as well. I think they will one-shot Streltsy. And that is a shipment of 2 leather cannons for 150 food. One more Carolines there. It looks like the delis try to push forward. They're the high-tech speed Hussar variant. Deli's push way forward. He will find some of the Sepoys from Delhi. Carolines and Obusguns. Obusguns are light cavalry, so they're a pretty good unit at this moment in time. Counters the Sepoys. It won't be countered by the Streltsy. There's a leather cannon. They will do 40 damage per shot, times 3 versus infantry, so 120 damage per shot. They won't one-shot Sepoys, but they will definitely one-shot Streltsy. slowly picking away at them. They're only 50% range resist, while also having the same health as Sepoys. I think the Carolines just charged. Where? I'm not sure. Oh, there they are. Might as well. Carolines have less damage versus light infantry and melee, so they actually do less damage versus Schultze, but these are Sepoys, which are heavy infantry. Now got the Eisenberg Ironworks now being deployed in the field. Delhi's pushing forward for a raid. Take out some of these stray villagers. The Russian player is now eyeing for some stables. He's eyeing for a bit of stability in his life. Villager Sepoys got Imam and Doggo. I guess he wants to heal up some of these units. Going for Imam right now is actually really not worth it. Unless it's something fancy that Imam I'm not familiar with. Just heals injured units. I suppose you just want to top off this guy's health. Maybe the mixing one is not too bad, but it's just an unusual item. Though I suppose if anybody's going to employ out priests, it's either going to be the Ottomans or the Italians, since they're definitely both have easy access to their various religious units. Definitely may want to see more leather cannons. Carolines here not in great numbers. Obelisk guns could be here in larger numbers. Now got some Sours and Lancer Cavalry. One leather cannon does go down. Here comes the Delhi's. More obelisk guns here. Carolines need to take out those Sours. Delhi's also hitting them as well. Got some Cossacks here. Leather cannon stays alive for now. Leather cannons down. More Carolines. Sours have gone down. Cossacks now engaging the obelisk guns. The Carolines do finish off the Cossacks. And now got some the light cavalry for the Indians. The Zambarak. More Carolines been pulling in the field. Got some more Schultze. Got artillery foundry for here. Pulling out obelisk guns. Maybe this Grenadier unit wouldn't be half bad. Blues want to fall back. Corp is being torched. And now do you have the galleys being pulling field, steel traps, blunderbuss for the Ottoman player. Another leather cannon deployed on out. More Cossacks being deployed on in. Hunting doggos for the Swedish player. Now the Delhi's now advancing. Need to focus the villagers now, not torch down the house. Don't be a home wrecker. Just be a murderer. Villagers have gone down. Got some villagers still over here. Oh, this thing has a pretty nice aura effect. It reached out all the way over here. We also got some fishies here that can be collected on up. Light cavalry now moving around. Let's see, these guys, in comparison to dragoons, they have a lot less health. Let's see, they are one population, so they're probably very similar to Routier. I don't know the exact stats of a Routier on top of my head. Blueberries now being shipped on in. Got a good number of Cossacks and Schultze here. Maybe more leather cannon would be quite nice. We got the galleys here, the sea lion, the galley, and oh, the both sea lions, the galleys. They got the same random name. Maybe it wasn't so random after all. Leather cannon has 2 AoE, so can do some nice supporting work there. Obelisk guns pretty forward. Cossacks advancing. Most of the leather cannon will go down. The Cossacks will start to get hit as well. More Sours over there. Magenta's base may now be hit. All players is still H2. Indian players a pop cap. He cannot get any more villagers. 33. Autumn player is 34. Russian player has 43. And the Swedish player has 30, but has a good number of torps. He currently has all 20 out of 20 torps, which each one's providing, let's assume, 1 village's worth of food. So he's expected to have 50 villagers in the field. Delhi is being engaged by the Cossacks. Got the Zambaraks pushed way forward. Carolyn's now sprinting the way forward. Like I said beforehand, they do less damage versus light infantry, but they have still good damage here. Some of these villagers getting hit there. He has gotten Blunderbuss, so has 6 damage. Carolyn's pursuing the Schultze, should be taking them out. We got a good number of villagers here, collecting some delicious venison. Light cavalry heading up north, and the Swedish player can now age up. He's going for the Exile Prince. He's also bringing Team House Burnett, which obelisk guns are not affected by it. It's only heavy infantry. Which does support Janissaries, Azaps, and the Nazim Fusiliers. Stay safe, boom, age up. The Indian players ending relationships with... I'm not sure. The flag got removed because they took some torches there. And now he's aging up to the Taj Mahal, which provides, what, the ceasefire, right? Ottoman player is bringing in ships and Imam, delis, obelisk guns, a mix of everything. The Russian player is bringing Schultze and aging up to the Bishop, which allows him to move diagonally a little bit better. So most players are aging up, just not the Ottoman player. Another Brahmin are deployed on in. Taj Mahal. Let's see. That is the ceasefire building. Advanced Arsenal. Oh yeah. Advanced Arsenal's H2 research. I just always mix that up with the Malays Arsenal. The Italians. Magenta doesn't think it's a good idea to attack or questions it. You also have the natives. The natives on this map are the Cherokee, which are providing some skirmishers. Accurate versus long range, so they have higher range than normal. Dry storage. Move faster. All native warriors move faster. And ships force villagers. Which is actually probably good for the Ottoman player. Now got around a Falcon that's being shipped on in by the Russian. Leather guns, they may want to hit it down. They have siege damage. They're also pretty stacked on up. One Falcon that does quick going down. Obelisk guns pretty forward, being overran by the Sours. Both Falcons have gone down. Carolyn's now hitting the Sours. And Schultze takes something there. The veteran Schultze, they'll still get one-shotted by those leather cannons. Now got Shimon Schultze deployed on the field. 19 Schultze, the company of this 10 Schultze. There's a round of 10 Schultz. You may want to prioritize getting counter skirmisher, counter infantry rifling to get the Schultz plus 50% damage versus these Carolines, among everything else. More Carolines now being put in the field. All the Sawars will go down. And now he's going for counter infantry rifling. Very nice. I heard a cannon shot from what? I'm not sure. It's just the explorers getting hit by these falconets. So Red has a decent number of leather cannons and Carolines. Using Carolines to fight off all the infantry, using the leather cannons to gauge everything else. Falconets get a good hit there in the cauldron. One of them does go down. Falconet takes another hit there, and Caroline's already does finish off that Falconet. Leather cannons .4. They'll be very effective with these Schultzes. Punching holes away against them. Blue and yellow starting to get overran. Schultz are nice and all, but once they start disintegrating, Just too many cannons for them to stay alive, and all his guns are not countered by them. And looks like both of the northern players do back of the game now. This Angry saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Before I can start next replay, I need to reach over, grab a drink. My apologies. Let's see now. That was this one here. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the right side as the red Ottomans, or not Ottomans, Aztecs. We got Kinzei, oh I butchered that name well enough, spawn as the magenta Ottomans. We got Aikis, butchered that well enough, spawn as the blue British player. We've got Martinskanen, butchered that well enough, and spawn as the yellow Mexicans. We got Milk and Honey. Butchered that well enough. When it comes to natives on the map, we got a very important native. The yak. You can collect the yaks as a herdable animal, it's like the cows. If the yaks talk back, give them a good smack, or else they become a good snack. And don't take that slack from them. Mexico will probably love to get these yaks there to work the hacienda. No deck selected just yet by the British. Aztec, no either. Nobody selected deck just yet. You will tame one of these Mongol riders, which are not great. Hand attack, and melee mode. Okay, that's just sort of funny. So it has both a hand attack and melee mode. Presented immediately. Grove of Banyan trees. That's a weird way to spell bananas. Let's see, we've got the Musketeer deck, which does include the Team Grenadier Guards. And overall, looks pretty much standard British, but it sounds like he's going to go for more Musketeers from Redcoats. For the Aztecs, we've got Team Jaguars. Let's see, we do have the team villagers, which is very nice. 6 villagers. I think it's just team just because this is this one really good team card. But either way, it looks like it's going to be Jaguar Prowler Knight deck. Try and see. Actually, no. There's no Jaguar Prowler Knight card, which is proves him by what 20%, right? That's a pretty good card. So I'm a bit confused about the Jags. But he does have a number of Knight cards, have Slingers and Coyote Runner Temple. No Jaguar Prowler Knight Temple. He does have the Villager Temple. And it does have... Oh, wait. This is an age 4 card now? Wasn't it age 3? Did they, in the most previous patch, did they move it from age 3 to age 4? Am I crazy? I may have forgotten about that. Could have sworn that was an age 3 card. I haven't just recently been playing Italians. And it looks like he's going to do the Warrior Priest dance. Try and bring his Warrior Priest. Actually bring a lot of villagers there. He really wants the Warrior Priest started. That's going to be quite an investment right now. Mexican players bring in a Shim of Wood. Looks like a Revolting deck, as well as an Advanced Saloon deck. He has a Fox Kala as well. For the Autumn player, he is still aging up, the Quartermaster. No team cards here. I don't know what Revolt decks have what team cards. Let's just keep on the Aztec player. He has 18 onto the Community Plaza. He has 6 Warrior Priests, and maybe going to pull off the Villagers now, since he has a pretty good seed of Warrior Priests to help out getting out Warrior Priests. But that is quite an investment there. Going for Team Villagers there, very nice. I wonder, does your teammate get Aztec Villager models, or is it going to be the Ottoman Villager models? The Mexican player has revolted to the Filibusters. He's going to filibuster the game. Let's just keep an eye on the Ottoman shipment. I'm curious what type of model those villagers come out as. Got a number of the Frontier Post wagons for the trade. And does get Yorks and not the native villagers. Filibusters, they have a ever so slightly higher siege damage than normal musketeers. They do also have 1+1 damage compared to musketeers. And the Mexican player does actually have a team card in this revolt. It is the Team Triple Economics, making all your trade posts by plus 60% resources. That's pretty good. But he's taking all the trade for himself, so it won't really affect his teammates at all. Got some generators deployed on the field as well, trying to torch down blue structures. What's a Colta will go down, does the support of an Eagle Scout. Autumn players going for the Galata Tower District and some more villagers, of course, shipment of villagers, going for more Janissaries. Blue may need he's going for some musketeers. Help counter the Janissaries. He has a handful here. His teammate has a number of the Light Calicotaro. Does have 2 AoE charge attack. He has a nice little charge attack there. Janissaries trying to bring in their swords to slice the cavalry. English player is going for the longbowman now. The Quartario are only cost 130 coin, but they cost 5 population. They're an outlaw cavalry. He's telling his teammate don't go for musketeers. Filibusters trying to put an end to the Aztec trade post. We have some warriors here. Probably the worst of all the militia in the game. Oh, those Noble Hut Travises. So the Aztec player has aged up. Noble Hut Travises also have higher health and hit and attack points. James is taking some hits there. This Noble Huts will likely go down. This one maybe under fire. He has the big buttons here for the Jaguar Parala Knights. That could be very useful. Right now, Jaguar Parala Knights will counter the cavalry and the musketeers. Does get one of the Noble Temples up and going for a regular War Hut now. As players bring the big button now, Scan Power does provide him 4 Jaguar Parala Knights and only costs food. Obelisk Guns being pursued by the light cavalry does bring in the unique militia variant. And I got some spam bots on Twitter again. Not Twitter, Twitch. So please ignore that. All those warriors go down. Since they provide experience, they also provide coin cash bounties for the outlaws. Now I got a shipment of slingers, as well as a shipment of the Jaguar Parala Knights. Saying no, he doesn't like the fact that the Aztec player is going for Jaguar Parala Knights. He does find a decent number of villagers there. The Aztec player is at 24, soon to be 23 villagers, or 22. Hacienda's being shipped on in, more Cortaros. Does have a good number of longbowmen. They're not really a hard to counter heavy infantry unit, they're just a very good long-range DPS unit. Slingers are a very good unit. They are high response, relatively cheap light infantry unit. He may have already got the Slinger Temple on the field. I see a bit of extra health onto them. Yep, he got the Slinger Temple, improves the hit points and range. So they have 18 range, which is pretty nice. Jaguar Parala Knights camouflaging the way forward, very nice. They're trying to do that to get in range. They get engaged. Great ambush there. And compared to halberdiers, they do have much higher movement speed. Those are some that get distracted by the longbowmen. More slingers over here. Very nice. More warriors being pulled on in. That's not a good idea. It's probably better go for fertility ritual than go for warriors. I absolutely despise the warrior. And now we've got a saloon here for the Ottoman player. And looks like Red does back out of the game. Just leaving the Ottoman player ally, which he should be back in the game relatively soon. Yeah, I'm just going to fast forward. There's no way that the Ottoman player can win a 2v1 like this. And that is the end of the replay. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I would like to get rid of that spam bot. One moment, please. There you go, that has been purged. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the red Japanese, we got Caped Baldy. Spawn top right side as the blue America. We got Abu Umai. Butchered that name well enough.
Orders?
No deck selected just yet. Probably a little bit too early to see what decks. And he will cut off that man to steal his lucky coin. Guess wasn't too lucky. Got an early consulate being deployed on in. When it comes in, there's a map. On this map, got the trading post on behind, and the natives right next to it. We got the House of Wiltensbach. Probably butchered that name well enough. Give access to the Mountain Trooper and to the Chavaluger. I don't know why all those moose run like that. It sort of messes with my mind. I have no idea why. They're all male meese. Well, they're all just those. Oh no, these are elk. Wait, does one side spawn the elk, the other side spawns moose? That's sort of interesting. They should provide the same amount of food, right? Wait, can't see how much food's inside of an elk. Or the moose. Why can't I see the food inside? Okay, now I can. Okay, that was sort of weird. Oh, it's because I had Japan selected. They can't hunt, so they can't even see how much food is inside of a animal. I've never noticed that. If you're Japan selected, you can't even see the food inside of these delicious fauna. Never knew that. It's one of those things that you just don't notice. One doggo, exotic doggos there, and Red will claim it. We got John F. Kennedy, I'm assuming that's there. And the explorers, or the monks, whatever it's called for Japan, smokes bombs away. We do now have Delaware being deployed in, which I think offers something with ships, right? I always forget all the states. The Japanese player has not started aging up just yet. Right now has 12 villagers and probably a handful of shrines. How many shrines? Actually, I don't see any shrines on the map. 20 population, so he has one shrine on the map somewhere. Just desserts, pikeman does go down. US player's going for capitalism, which means he's got a deck, the boom deck. So he's planning to explode. Looks like pretty standard US. Handful of regulars, though the advanced forts card here is not very common. But looks like it's going to be more artillery-based US. For the Japanese player, we got the trade deck. What's this card here? Trade Empire. You get trading posts, rickshaw, and trade posts are cheaper and stronger. So that's the advanced trade posts. You just get one trade post go along with it. We do also got good faith agreements, which does, of course, make your whatchamacallit, calls the armies and improvements arrive 50% faster, and the improvements cost less. And the brigade shipments receive a moderate discount. So we may see an export deck. Don't think I've ever seen much of an export deck. At least solely a more focused export. By the way, there is. Going for the Toshiko Shrine, butcher that name well enough, which will give him 200 export to import some stuff with. One ship available. Looks he's already gone for both his initial cards. US player already has gone for the native Wiltenbach. He's gone, of course, for the Chinese immigrants, so he's also eyeing for some trade stuff. Delaware provides some 6 semi-fattened delicious cows and 2 homestead wagons. And ships additional regular so far you sent this game, so that's more shipments and more regulars. Help you stay regular. Now let's go for the German immigrants among some other stuff here. Man gets sniped and he will steal his engineering plans. Now he can engineer his opponent's defeat. Meese being herded back home. Two shared orchards, one field. And also something as well. You'll see it doesn't have any berry bushes around here. While the US player does have berry bushes, the Japanese player did not start off in berry bushes, but I think you can start off a second cherry orchard rickshaw for free instead. Which may be better. I don't really know the exact differences between cherry orchard rickshaws and blueberries. Blueberries, I think, collect up. They only collected like a no. They only tourists collect them up faster. I think normally they get collected at a rate of 0.75, 0.84, 0.48, but these guys are right now collecting at a slower rate of 0.67. So not having those berry bushes is actually a bit of a downer. 3x4, is that high? Has he gotten the increased export rate? No, 0.03 is normal. Now I got some regulars on the field. Got a shrine being established here. More regulars being pulled in by the US player. You can now bring in the Alpine Horns, which give him mountain troopers. I have a feeling that man's going to be gunned down, the gunman, who has porcelain candle brooms. We got the homestead wagons shipped on in. He's not gotten this one here, so this provides 2 homestead wagons and also makes mills and states provide 5 population. The homestead wagon here still probably could be tasked to pull out a livestock pen. More of the regulars been pulled in. Got a handful of Ashikaru musketeers, but nothing too significant. The regulars can easily take them out. Now it's going for the fertile lowlands. So semi-fattened cows, which will start off with what? 200 food in total? So they're not bad to collect up immediately. Granted, cows are not at livestock pen, fattens a rate of 0.25 food per second. When they're on livestock pen, they collect at 1.25. Both sides have some structures being torched down. Advanced Consulate getting hit. He has currently, I don't know what allies. Yumi archers being shipped on in. Advanced Consulate has gone down. There's around Yumi archers. Blue has a pretty sizable force here. Yumi archers do find a good volley. They only have 50% multiplier versus heavy infantry. Nothing too significant, but not too bad either, especially more compared to crossbowmen. Yumi archers getting some good damage there on the back line. Ashikaru musketeers are a pretty durable musketeer variant. Offering more health, but they are of course more expensive. Got these units now pushing way forward. Here's the cows. Let's see, turn those homestead wagons into mills. Try and take some fire there. His shrines are currently tasked to collect the wood. Got some various research now for the US player. He has gone for Hamilton economics. You know, can also bring in some of these mountain troopers. Some extra light infantry would not hurt him. The Japanese players also gone for this ally as well. Gotta keep that big button going to get the free units. Right now, the U.S. Trading Post has paid for itself, which he may have gotten it for free thanks to Chinese immigrants. Looks like these villagers are now idle. He has some mills he at least can work by, but there's other food sources he probably should claim first. Blueberry bushes do collect up faster than mills.
Yes.
We got some Minutemen here out as well. The inspiring flag has now been deployed on the field. These guys do take a bit of damage. Enemy archers firing away. Regulars here in good numbers, and thanks to Inspiring Flag, they're a little bit better than normal. But both sides don't have massive armies. Neither side technically won. Neither side technically lost. I think the US player did come out ahead. Trim village there for the Japanese. Now we got the Delaware Blues, give him 8 regulars, let's help him stay regular. He also has some mountain troopers. I don't know if this spawns 4 or 8. Because the Sacred Band infantry from the Greek Revolution does it times 2. More Hussars being deployed on in. And now got the water wheel. We do also have now the Spanish Expeditionary Company, which gives them some pikemen. 8 of them, which I suppose would be nice against the Hussars, but I don't think there'd be a great item this moment, unless he's trying to use them to torch them down. Torrico's now deployed in the field. I don't really have high value in the archaic spearmen or crossbowmen. Huh, they only have 10% melee resist? I thought they had higher melee resist. Now I've got some mountain troopers being deployed in by the Japanese player. I don't know what their stats are off the top of my head. They are claimed to be spot enemies recently hit, gains higher range and attack speed promotions, so they have promotions. And the extra range and attack speed is a pretty good combination for the promotions. See, 20 range, 15 damage. That is a skirmisher damage, age 2 skirmishers. Same health, same resist. Yeah, these guys are just age 2 skirmishers. That's actually not bad. And they also benefit promotions. Mountain Trooper is actually not bad. They cost wood rather than coins, so they're inherently more expensive, but I think the promotions more than compensate for that. So yeah, keep Mountain Troopers the possibility to ship deployed on in. If you like skirmishers, you like Mountain Troopers. And if they get promotions, increased range just makes them do their job a little better and they stay safer, so you can get some really good value from them. And nice thing about this button is, of course, more Mountain Troopers. What's this here? Oktoberfest? It gave you a bit of rebate. Yeah, it gets a refund for a tiny fraction. How much that is, I'm not sure. Oh, he also get export. Yeah, that's a really tiny rebate. Luckily, it has a marker of how much rebate you get, because this costs 300 and you'll get 125 in rebate. That's actually pretty nice to have that little marker there. US player, 125 as well. Huh, I guess they're really saying quite similar there. That's actually quite good to know. If you are curious how well the Macaron compare both those players' Oktoberfest button, and they are very, very even. Naginata Riders trying to set the Hussars, get some damage there. Got the Torikos there, and we'll find all the Ashikaru Musketeers. Trying to save the open mounted troopers. There's a good number of these mounted troopers on the field. I think he just went for like native shipment. Never mind. I could have sworn he got like a handful of them there, like shipment of native shipment, but I don't know if Japanese can even get that. So I'm just overthinking stuff. We got the inspiring flag here. Now got the Trader Orchard rickshaw wagons. Ashikaru Musketeers backing off, letting these infantry units push way forward. We do have, let's see, what's the one's Holy Rook. Gets +2 range and reduced attack speed. Very nice. Hussars try to engage the light infantry, but having a bit of trouble there. Musketeers are intercepting them, poking them with a pointy stick. And troopers are getting pretty well vetted since the back line. They can easily accumulate their veterancy. Though some of them are getting gunned down. Bows falling back. Regulars are nice and all. He does have now a round of veteran sharpshooters. He's also aged 3. I didn't see what he aged up with. He's going for some artillery. He's going for Kentucky. Better musketeers on the way. How close the Japanese players are aging up? He has a lot of wood, but nothing really else at the moment. You may want to cool off the wood production. Let the... Okay, he's tasked the shrines to collect the food now. And here comes the Gatling guns, gives good damage. Right now, the Japanese player needs age 3 cavalry archery units, I believe. They have good multipliers versus siege weapons, though that maybe with the Rush ability or shipment. And you also have trouble with the Hussars right now as well. Has more Yumi archers being deployed in, as well as some mounted troopers. US players have a good number of mounted troopers as well available. Going for the Kentucky Hunters, getting 11 sharpshooters and 4 Owl Hoots. Naginata Riders trying to gauge these Gatling guns. He does a good job getting the regulars on the other side. All the light infantry is now pushed forward there. Gatling guns getting hit by all the light infantry. The one does still remain. One Gatling gun does go down, 2 Gatling guns go down. The last one's at full health. And does get distracted by the Naginata Rider. And he will fire one more volley there, takes out those 2 Yumi archers before going down. The open mounted troopers are getting pretty veteran. And there's the sentries as well. He brought sentries to pursue these Hussars. They got pointy sticks in the form of bamboo. Hussars moving around, does take a bit of fire. Hussars getting picked on off. There's still 3 sentries alive, so they're doing some pretty good work. They have pretty low damage, but good multipliers. Nearly high multipliers versus cavalry compared to shock. But that's fine enough. And now the Naginata Riders are engaging all the light infantry. It will easily overrun them. Regulars need to fix their bayonets. More Spanish spearmen being shipped on, and the Japanese players still age 2 and not plan to age up anytime soon. The last of the centuries have finally gone down. US player has 50 villagers, 92 population versus 49 and 111. Japan player has a good army. Looks like one of the Japanese monks do get resurrected. Springfield armies are now on to the Tronians. Gatling guns, so the Naginata Rise needs to pursue them. Good number of those guys went down right there. Spanish spearmen advance way forward, getting some damage there. One of the Gatling guns do go down. Oh, I think there's an audio box going up. Got the open mounted troopers there. Got 9 of them on the field, so this is only ×1 for Alpine Horn. More Gatling guns back here. Light infantry getting marked by these Gatling guns. And now the Czech players aging up, going for Golden Pavilion. Gatling guns have gone down for now. More of the Minutemen now being shipped on in. And now I've got the Kentucky Coalfields, give them coin that gets collected up twice as fast. And over here we've got the villagers migrating around. We've got Cherry Orchard starting to go down. He has 1 Cherry Orchard remaining. Oh, nope, he has a fresh one back here. The silver mines rapidly being seized. And Japanese has a good amount of silver over here. See one. Oh, there's the other one. But it looks like the US player will claim the central silver up here. The silver deposit has been cleaned on up. In fact, US player is actually running low on coin. There's of course, the 2 coal mines, but those will be rapidly consumed. Provide a good income, that's for sure. Right now, these guys are providing 0.78. While the villagers up here provide 1.56. This one, Yumi archers, got more mountain troopers, more regulars, more hussars, more arsenal research. And now got the veteran Vulkansbach has now been employed in the field. You can get a 300 rebate versus almost 300, so they're both maintaining pretty good rates. But now they can break even if they go for Oktoberfest. Skirmishers gain more range, that's quite nice. +1 range for light infantry, +2 range for mounted troops, which I'm assuming those stack. And number of Naginata riders here, but there's a good number of these regulars. So close combat improves Ashikaru Musketeer hit points, and they do bonus hit versus cavalry and shock. Arsenal now under fire. One shipment available for the Japanese. Maybe the flaming arrows. Lazar has been pursued by the Naginata riders. And now got some Shabalugers been employed on by the Japanese player. Cavalry Kuras should have been researched much more sooner. The US player's been going for a large amount of cavalry, so that would have been useful. Gatling guns firing away, but sound bugs playing really making their noise. Shabalugers push way forward. And melee mode. Culverins getting hit there. Looks like the light infantry getting overrun by the Hussars. More of the cavalry being blown in by red, but these Hussars still posing a bit of a problem. These Ashikaru Musketeers need to be in melee to take out these Hussars. Hussars slowly going on down. Now got some flaming arrows here, very nice. All the cavalry's finally gone down. It may have been lost support at this castle, providing just a little bit of extra fire support. But looks like all the Japanese cavalry went down as well. Now the US player is shipping in a fort. US player is researching Oktoberfest. I don't know how much he's going to get out of it, but I don't think it's going to be super great. He could probably hold off on it for the moment. More mounted troops. He's also going for the dual Berg Lancers, which provides those 5 Shabalugers and give all Shabalugers bonus damage against light infantry. Which, if I remember correctly as well, they had not great melee. Okay, that just normalizes their light infantry damage in melee. And perhaps also give them slightly more bonus damage for in range. If I'm reading that incorrectly. Time sending Yumi Archer being deployed on in, as well as more Shabalugers. Way the bow being deployed on in. You know, I always see people have that card, but I never see people actually go for it. He has a lot of other stuff that may be a little bit better. A +2 range is important. I put him the 20 range, skirmisher range. Not sharpshooter range though. But they have also higher damage than sharpshooters. Got the bucket of water research there, so paddy threshing, so you may have some rice paddies in the field. Flame arrows got a pretty good hit there. Regulars push way forward, they will find the cavalry, and with more cavalry there. Shabalugers need to make sure they hit the heavy cavalry. Yumi Archer trying to push way forward, good hit there from the flaming arrow. You know, Archer is focusing down the various heavy infantry. Very nice. Got some mounted troopers back here. More Hussars being pushed on in. A couple of light cavalry remains for the Japanese player. A lot of heavy cavalry still remains, which should be very effective versus the mounted troopers as well as the militiamen. They are classified as infantry, while these guys are light or lancer variant. And looks like Blue does back of the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom as well as fix the sound bug. And my phone starts ringing. Am I now? Just give a moment to use the restroom. My apologies, I'm back. Fix this. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Small on the top right side as the red Spanish. We got Roborot, butcher that well enough. Spawn bottom left side as the blue Italians. We got 31. No deck selected just yet by either player. When it comes to Natives map, we got the House of Oldenburg. Give you access to a Rural Hunter, which is a hunter to collect up food and also a counter skirmisher. And Northern Musketeers, which is only cost food as well. And down here, we've got the House of Wetton, give you access to the Trabants, a Papal Guard variant, and a Saxon Cuirassier, which is a Cuirassier variant. And you also get an Age 2 Fort and Giant Grant Grenadiers. Hunting Doggo's research by, I'm guessing, the Spanish player. Or, nope, looks like the Italian player may have gotten it. After all, Italian player has a market. He may have found coin treasures. Killing off the gunman to eat his exhausted pigeon carrier. As I know, it's you're eating the carrier pigeon because it's worth 90 food. You're not trying to nurse that pigeon back to health, you monster. Borocho, now pulled in the field to go along with the explorer named Rotrue. Don't know how to pronounce that. Just deserts pikeman will be bitten. The dog wants a stick. The dog shall have the stick. Capitalism being shipped on in for the Italian player. We do have, let's see now, we got the Broken Lance Company, which is a powerful shipment but also very overpriced. Gives you effectively 400 in value when most shipments will cost around 600. We got the Uffizi, got the couple financiers. Food financiers, I think, is the least important. You should be, if you're going to deposit any resources, you should deposit in food yourself. And a lot of Age 3 cards, or a lot of Age 4 cards. So maybe he's not eyeing, he's probably going to try to do a fast fortress, at least. And good number of mercenary cards. German company is the least valuable of the three, so it's probably the one you should focus at least, but it is more focused versus light infantry units. No papal arsenal there either, so not planning to make use of any papal shipment. My apologies, you may hear my drink open up. And now we do have the steel traps being researched now, as well as the governor. And the governor, which both of them will get an outpost and a tiny bit of coin. 200 coin shipment, not bad. A Spanish player, I haven't seen look at his deck. We got the 44th deck, which means the Obama deck. Let's see now. We got Rodialos, we got Lancers, which are not archaic units. Archaic affects, oh, it actually does affect Rodialos by 10%. But the Reconquista is not affected, does not get affected by Rodialos. I suppose it says hand infantry. Rodialos, I'm assuming they're classified as hand infantry, so it may affect them by 20%. We do also have the Archaic Infantry Combat card, which does affect hand infantry and foot archers, so it looks just slightly more effective versus Rodialos by 5%. Never noticed that. Reconquista affects archaic units, which does not affect Rodialos, just crossbowmen and pikemen. We also got the church card for the Spanish. I can't remember what that does. Looks like we're going to put down these doggos and steal their cask of wine, so they're not going to go out to the pub anymore with the pug. Maybe, but not with pups. Let's see now. How's our Italian base coming along? Has one Lombard in the field, nothing manly deposit on in. Go for the Uffizi, which is good for getting the handful of church research and get more villagers. Right now he's at 18 versus the Spanish is 17. The beast is now eating the explorer named Pietro Cavallini. If I recall as well, some maps the beast actually does have the heroic circle, yellow haze. Blue's backing on off, gets hit there pretty hard. Snipes the local doggo and will take the treasure. And looks like Baraccio will be gunned down as the ATF wanted. More musketeers been pulled in by the Italian. He may be aggressive. The Spanish player is going for the adventurer. This will allow him to go on the adventure. Now we've got the Monte de Pete, I don't know what to call it, which will give him his third or fourth Lombard. Very nice. So that coin shipment will be processed pretty quickly. And looks like Red's outpost will be torched down. Very nice. Got a red barracks here. The mages could cancel it and fall back because I don't think that can easily get overran. And now we've got the food shipment. The food Lombard investment, which will give him 400 wood, 400 coin. Give him enough time. Long story short, I did the math when it comes to the Lombards. It is actually the only thing you should invest your resources into is you should mainly deposit the resources in is food. Coin can give you a small return, but it's not really worth it. Don't deposit wood in; you will lose income. But it is a good idea to always deposit it in food yourself, since it effectively turns one village's worth of food collection into 0.48 or 46 wood per second and 0.46 coin per second. You're going to convert hunting into other resources, so it's a pretty good return, mainly depositing in food. Cannon player has enough resources to age on up, has 25 villagers versus 19. Going for a round of falconets. Oh, we got the early mortar and horse artillery shipment. So you get an early mortar to help siege down his opponent. Already has the falconess as well. He also... Wait a second. There's no Spanish gold. What heresy is this? Call the Inquisitor. Beginning around doggos being deployed on in. We got Bonito, we got El Paso, we got Galjoletti, and we got Cerveza, which is that name well enough. We got Lancers being shipped on in as well. Explorer took a pretty good hit. Got a handful of crossbow mixed on in as well. That was probably from the Adventurer. Counter player has aged up, not shipping or deploying in anything at the moment, so I'm not sure what he's eyeing. He has Musketeers, he's collecting up these books. He must have aged up for the covered wagon. Yeah, he went for the covered wagon and got some books. Going for the Albanian company, give him 8 mercenary cavalry. Militiamen being brought on in, provides some fire support. Doggo gets gunned down. More musketeers from pulling in. And here comes the mortar. Musketeers will pose a threat to the mercenaries, but it is a little bit situational since the mercenary cavalry does have high damage. So they can deal with musketeers to a certain degree better than hussars, to say the least. Stratets are effectively a times 2 Hussar. Bosniaks, I think, are Lancer Cavalry with a charge attack. Oh, they got shipped into the church. Here's Cavalry. Stratets, yep, times 2 Hussars. While the Bosnak is a Lancer Cavalry. So they're going to have trouble versus the Musketeers, but looks like they managed to take on the Musketeers well enough. Some of the crossbowmen are going down. Bosniaks will get some good damage against those crossbowmen. He got some of the falconets. The Musketeers doing some good work there. And one Musketeer shot does finish off the falconet. He does lose all the mercenary cavalry and the Musketeers. Mortar still remains, but only poses a threat to structures. Got more Musketeers being deployed on in. Right now he needs... It's Italians, so they don't have an Age 3 skirmisher. They get Burke's Liguri in Age 4, or they get Passaviers in Age 2. So Mass Musketeers is reasonable versus Italians unless they go for an Outlaw. And I do not know what this map has for Outlaws. We got Black Company pulling in, providing the Black Riders Armed Fusiliers. I said beforehand the German company is not cost effective for what you pay for, but it does provide you a bunch of light infantry units with exactly what he needs. Black Company provides him Black for 5 Black Riders with a light cavalry and armed fusiliers, which is a musketeer variant. Militiamen being plotted in. There's quite a bit of infrastructure up here. And the player has 24 villages versus the Spanish 30. There's the Black Company. Armed Fusiliers do also have 1 AoE and 60% melee resist. He needs mercenaries, exactly what he needs to get throughout this stuff. He lost his Basilica, so he can't bring in the shipment of priests to get everything healed on up. There's another Lombard there. Marvelous Lear. I don't know if Marvelous Lear is actually worth it. It's like it gives your villagers like 10% more effectiveness for 6 minutes. Don't know if that's actually useful. Like 6 minutes of 10% effective, more effective villagers. I suppose it affects all the natural resources, so it can be good. I don't know. On paper, this doesn't look too good to me. But I'll have to defer to the Spanish player's judgment. Whether or not if they are from the land of rabbits. Could take out one more villager. Now we got the armored pistoliers. Charging forward like this with the lancers may not be great. They have high melee resist. Yeah, the high melee resist may be just superior than times. What's better, 60% melee resist or times 3 damage versus infantry? Granted, these guys are also really healthy as well. And they also have bayonet multipliers as well. Black Riders trying to gauge these skirmishers in melee. Looks like all the armored pistoliers have gone down. Black Riders, of course, are light cavalry units. Skirmishers do have less DPS in melee. And the rest of these Black Riders will be falling back. 4 out of 5 remains. Maybe a good idea to get out some priests, get them healed on up. These guys are quite wounded and quite valuable, but basilicas are stupidly expensive. He's going to use the architects to build it. Basilicas cost 400 resources. I think that's far too expensive for what it does. All the small things it does, it just simply does not worth the cost of 400 resources. I think it needs a cost reduction. Just simply put. Exactly what? I'm not sure. At minimum 300. If not even down to 200 to match other... 250 is probably good. Italian players is aging up to the Papal Guard, which will give him access to... Given, what, 5 Papal Guard enables the Guard Passivere and Guard Pikemen, along with eventual access to Imperial, which is probably not going to be much. And now he's actually bringing a manual shipment of the Papal Lancers, the only really good shipment from the Basilica. Everything else is not cost effective. I'm making an Italian video going in detail about the Italians. The only thing that's good I would say from the Basilica is the Papal Lancers. There's Age Up. Oh, he got the times 10? I thought it was like times 5. Did he somehow get the effectiveness twice? He already had the improved reward from the... I must be mistaken. Got some Rodialos here. By the way, he did get the fast age up. Got the Papal Guard, which are decent right now. They're not super great, but they can be put in the cover formation, putting up the 60% range resist. Yeah, actually, believe it or not, that's really good. Cover formation puts up 60% range resist. This is very nice. He got some guard particularly agrees. A very useful light infantry unit. Got some horse artillery for the Spanish, which is going to be very problematic. Papal Lancers could charge forward. There's nothing to stop Papal Lancers from charging. I think that would be a good idea. Definitely shipment of Papal Bombards. I hate the Papal Bombard. Papal Bombards are the healthiest of all the heavy cannons. And they also have deflection aura that affects other artillery units. Got some Rodialos here. He needs to pursue these horse artillery. One Papal Bombard remains, and there's nothing left to finish it off. And skirmishers will be picked off by these units. If these guys remain idle, they will get some health regen. He lost Basilica, so can't bring a shipment of priests. There's another Basilica being queued on up. More Burgess Allegris. Alright, time to briefly talk about the Burgess Allegris. Of course, they are pretty fast for a skirmisher unit, which is very nice to have. They are more expensive than a skirmisher unit, costing 135 rather than 100 or 125 versus 120. And it doesn't have any skirmisher for me to cross-reference. They offer a little bit more damage. Their increased cost is mitigated by the fact that they do get free guard because they are start out as guard. So that does make them inherently cheaper for a decent time before they become more expensive. Based on what I'm told, is Burgess Allegris are great in 1v1s, but they're bad in treaty due to that nature. Got a good number of horse artillery, good number of Rodialos. Rodialos are inherently pretty weak. The Papal Guard right now are pretty good against them. 19 damage versus 13. And Papal Bombard seeing severe damage there. Lost half its health in that engagement. And you look closely, the deflection aura of the Papal Bombard does not affect the nearby Burgess Allegris because it only affects nearby artillery pieces there. Papal Bombard does do 430 damage, half versus artillery units, so they will one-shot these unupgraded horse artillery. Papal Bombard does go down. Armor players fighting the deflection aura in this region. But still got these two horse artillery back here, causing some huge issues for blue. A couple Papal Lancers charging way forward, and looks like red does back the game. I think the Rodialo transition was a horrible transition. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Looks like I have 2 replays left. Greetings everyone, and great here from another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Japanese, we got Caped Baldy. Spawn on top right side as the blue Swedes, we got G Delicious. You know, spelled in a weird way. Now the player selected a deck. When it comes to natives map, we got a very important native, the goat. They are the goat. Of course, Japanese can't eat meat, but they can at least have some shrines to graze and receive head pats. Other natives of the map, we do have the Berbers, give you access to the Berber Camel Rider. Wait. Really stupid question. Can other native units for Japan collect meat? No, I'm serious. Can they collect meat, or is that some sort of global modifier prevents any sort of villager collect up meat? Now I'm really curious. Now I want to test it out. I never thought about that until now. We also got my most favorite native unit, the Salty Camel. We also got the Yorubara, which gives access to Yorubara Io Legionaries, and the Yorubara Esso Rider, which is a weird militia super heavy cavalry. And we also now have, we've got a trade deck here. It does also have the Solhi allies, which are, yep, they are, it says Zen Discipline Training to active, so they are a native unit. Native to other lands, just not here. And the Swedish player has a 1v1 cavalry deck. So we've got the light gun cartridges, we got the Helka pelts, we got the Hessian Jaegers. So we've got the the light cavalry, light infantry composition for the Swedes, which is the mercenary light infantry and their other light infantry, light cavalry unit. A possible leather cannon, well, possibility. Now I got the good faith agreements to be taken advantage of. And what ally is going for first? We do have the Spanish. Local kitty cat will be picked on off, and he will, both these local kitty cats, will steal their coffee beans, so they can no longer wake up in the morning. Especially that one. And that one will no longer wake up in the morning as well. In more ways than one. We do not have the age up of the Toshogoru Shrine. Butchered that name well enough. Toshogu. Toshug. I have no idea to pronounce many names in this game. I probably butchered every single time. A silver mine here, of course. Over here, we do have the Dominion's Ironworks. Got those standard cards there. Also, yeah, got some leather cannon cards. And he may, I have a feeling he's going to go straight the march over the Huckapelts just to get those going. Though he could go for the various torps. While the Japanese player can go for some shrines. Though not many shrine cards at all. Dominions. Delicious elephants being claimed. I wonder how elephant tastes in real life. Along with giraffe and ostrich. Cows, I know how they taste. They taste deliciously. Late age up for the Japanese player, but seeing neither sides being aggressive, that's perfectly fine. He has tasked the goats to the shrine. Do goats provide a better collection rate? Oh, either way. Barracks has been plowed in field. Japanese monks are engaging the settler, doing 3 damage per arrow. And now got the Naban trade being researched, as well as the merchant marines. The smoke bomb away, very nice. Got some hussars now advancing. A handful of Ashgar musketeers deployed on in, very nice. That will be very useful with defense. They have a gun and a bayonet, or in this case, they don't have a bayonet. They have a big pointy stick. And everybody knows big pointy stick is effective versus cavalry. Because after all, horses are not dogs, so they don't like sticks. Villagers getting hit a little bit there, trying to get these pots of coin, pots of greed, if you will. But then again, in that case, pots of greed would be experience, right? To draw in more shipments. Why am I making that reference? This torp is almost complete. And it will not be complete. 1 second remaining. The shipment's now available. The torp has been torched. Villagers can hit there. 1 will go down. The others will escape. Maybe. Got another round of 10 Ashgari Musketeers, so he has a good number of Musketeers. Maybe just now being generally aggressive. He has a pretty sizable army. The Swedish player has 25 population in the field versus opponent's 40. He also maximum population, so he needs to get some shrines on the field. He's currently not building any villagers. He's also out of wood as well. There you go, he has enough wood. Ah, there's cords of wood. I think I just saw Eisenberg Ironworks research. We also got the Exile Prince being shipped on in. Do not got some of the veteran Halkapults not being put in the field, and we also got some militiamen. Against all the Ashgari Musketeers, maybe better go for Leather Cannon. And now got the church research here. The trees of rock slides, which can give him access to the Halberdier, right? The Gustavian Guard, if I remember its name wrong. Coin being, of course, shipped on in. Militiaman push way forward, does find a volley there. Moy's torps being torched, very nice. Getting rid of these torps help Nye's income. Does, of course, reduce population. Which, though he has plenty of spare population at the moment, he does walk by that. Could have torched them down. There we go. I see that army rotating back up north to engage these torps. We also got a goat here, so can be collected on up. Oh, wait a second. That sound effect. I think that's the same sound effect they use in Railroad Tycoon 2. This sound effect's old. Whoa, that is a really old sound effect. Have you ever listened to a sound effect they use in a game and you recognize it from a very old game? Got some Jaegers now deployed on in from the Treaty of Rock Slides. Of course, they are very effective light infantry unit, and since the Treaty of Rock Slide also makes their cost 80 wood, 80 coin. Ever so slight discount because I think their base cost is 200 coin. So it's actually a decent discount. The wood is still wood.
Käsky.
30 damage, 20 range. They should be very effective. Quickly picks off one of the Ashgari Musketeers. No counter infantry rifling just yet. They can improve their damage further by 50% against the heavy infantry. Luckily, he has plenty of light cavalry nearby to engage the Naginata riders. Those can gun down quite handily there. More Jaegers being deployed on in. End relations improvement complete. A very valuable improvement. Ending relations. Right now he's going for Decimal Ashigaru. He now has aged up. Going for Yumi Archers. Gone for Golden Pavilion. And now he is going for Japanese Isolationism. Who needs friends when you have anime? Shipment is now available for the Japanese player. Maybe, actually, the ninja seems pretty good to me, which are a counter mercenary unit. He sees the Jaegers. They are a mercenary. Yumi Archers engaging the Jaegers. Some of the light cavalry does go down. These light cavalry units do have less range. A bit of AoE to them. Japanese Isolationism, that can also get you the ninja, right? So you have a source of counter mercenary units. Ninja is also a pretty good journalist melee unit, if I remember correctly. But they are countered by spies. They are a mercenary spy. So they are effective versus mercenaries, but they also are weak to spies themselves. Not to mention ninja are also effective versus ninja. Towns that are now being built over here. And we got armored pistoliers actually being plugged in, so the Japanese player is bringing in some mercenaries, as well as deploying in some mercenaries. So he's going for the ninja. Armored pistoliers will provide the deflection aura, as well as pretty good at resisting melee. I was not expecting the armored pistoliers, but a handful of them could be quite nice. They offer a staggering 60% melee resist, have good health, good damage. Let's see, they are a 4 population unit, so they're expensive population-wise. Yumi Archers taking some pretty big hits there. I heard a camouflage sound effect there. Okay, ninja can camouflage, very nice. And these Yumi Archers, he threw a good number of Yumi Archers there, that's for sure. I do not know what multipliers that ninja have, though. I don't know the stats on the top of my head. I know they're generally pretty good melee unit. Let's see, what are they classified as? They are classified as heavy infantry, infantry. So yeah, spies are not classified as heavy infantry, but ninja are. They also see stealth. And I think they also have the mercenary type 2 tag, which is the spy tag as well. If that makes any difference. Does go for Clubman. He likes to go clubbing with all of his friends. Jaegers push pretty far forward. Maybe Ninja can creep on in there, but they are heavy, so they are countered by the Jaegers. And Jaegers have same DPS of melee and at range, so... Now it's going for a shipment of Ninja, very nice. Does cost 1,000 coin, 40 population. Yumi Archers find opportunity to gaze the light cavalry, very nice. And he may lose the Toshigaru Shrine, which is a ×2 shrine, which is a bit of a loss. Naginata Riders going to try to save it. Here comes a ninja. They offer times 10 versus mercenary. So they will do 210 damage versus these Jaegers in melee. And looks like they will 3-shot them. They have enough health to stand one hit. More of the ninja being pulled on in. Hakapelt looks causing an issue. Musketeers is trying to generally engage. Still got the one Falconet there. A couple ninja do smash creep by. They do get taken out. But took out a number of the Jaegers. He also has activated the increased hit points military units effect. He has seen the Toshigaru Shrine. Going for Disciplined Naginata Riders and more Repentant Armored Pistoliers. Very nice. You may want to repair up the shrine. How much? Oh, costs food. I suppose since it's an age upbuilding does cost food. That's weird. More Jaegers, more light cavalry, more blueberries. Do notice about blueberries and blackberries, they don't stack, if I remember correctly, as well. And so, and the berry bush is starting to get eaten. I suppose these ones are replenished now. I suppose some of the exterior blueberry bushes are still existing. Copper mines being shipped on in. Shipment Naginata Riders also going for a handful of his own mana deploying against some of those ninja. We do got Repentant Harquebusters. These are the rare ranged heavy cav unit. Though range is a little bit in quotation marks when it only has 6 range this unit. But it does have a staggering 85 damage, 1 AoE, and a staggering 129 melee damage. The health is not very healthy though. Jaegers will do less damage to them though. So they will be decent versus the Jaegers since they do less damage versus heavy or all cavalry at range and in melee. But they are very short range. I don't think they're generally worth it. They are far too squishy for how much they cost. Yeah, look at that. They have, right now they have Hussar health. They have Hussar health and they cost 50% more than Hussar. And actually a little bit more of the soul coin cost and 30 extra. You know, not thinking about it, it's not too terribly expensive. Pretty popular. Hussar, if you compare it to a Hussar, they offer 50% less health while costing 50% more, but their damage is more than 50%. So they actually may be a good alternative to the Hussars, but still, they feel a bit too squishy. And they will get countered by these light cavalry units. Now I got the Gustadian Guard. More Yumi archers being deployed on in. 1 ninja. More Jaegers being deployed on in. More Yumi archers. And villagers. Going still down here. Looks like he's eating some of his opponent's blueberry bushes. Got 123 population versus 152, so the Swedish player has more military units in the field. Going for counter infantry rifling. Probably should have gone for that a little bit earlier. Going for cavalry combat as well. And that's pretty much all the cards he really needs in this age. Though I suppose the Trample Tactic's not a bad card for him. Let's see, what card should he go for? There's still more Jaegers on the field, so maybe more Ninja. Maybe try to max those population, then go for Ninja. After all, that is 40 population. That would put him pop cap. He actually got quite a bit of coin there, and he maybe is going for the next round of Ninja. Just gotta make sure you max out your population before you select the card so you can go over max. Shipment available. Needs a little bit more coin. His opponent's advancing. He has one ninja in the field. Maybe he should have camouflaged it forward to scout. His explorer is not here. His explorer is up here, so it's alive. So that's his only sea stealth unit nearby, or could have gotten. The Archers may find a good opportunity to gauge the Halka-Peltless. Here comes the various heavy cav, both range and melee. The Archers engaging the light cavalry. Got the armored pistoliers providing the excellent absorption effect. There's ninjas ambush spawning the light cavalry. Trying to gauge those Jaegers. Might as well Jaegers technically do counter them as well since they are heavy infantry. But the ninja a bit more of a harder counter in melee by a severe amount. 210 damage is greater than 45. And the ninja did manage to break on through. Jaeger's getting ripped apart. Red has a massive win there. He has 140 population in the field versus 55 age 4. He may need to cancel that and deploy up units. Right now, he perhaps needs some cannon. Chinese player did go for that shipment of ninja. Wasn't paying attention to it. Got another shipment available. Maybe flaming arrows. Maybe the food shipment to get the age up. Trade orchard rickshaws. I've not been paying attention to how much food left he can claim, so it may make sense. So the Harkabus is going down to the militiamen. Harkabusser or Hardcore Bruiser? Bruiser? I have no idea. I butcher all the names in this game. Let's see. Got some more of the light cavalry. The Japan players has right now 51 villagers on the field. Swedish player has 57, of course, some torps. He has currently 19 out of 20 torps versus 15 out of 20 shrines. Torps do provide more resources, so the Swedish economy is better at the moment, but only by a small margin, I would say. Heavy cannons, that should be pretty good. Trying to get some majority infantry composition, and I also love heavy cannons. Maybe good idea to go for the factories, get out some more heavy cannons. The torps are being torched. Now it's going for the Guard Drabants, which I'm assuming is the guard version of the Halka-Peltlets, or however you pronounce their name again. I think as well, if he goes for more Jaegers, his opponent's ninja capacity has greatly decreased since he's already gone for both of these times 10 shipments. He has to solely rely on export to get the ninjas, so he may not be able to spend any export just to save up for ninja for in the future. If he does, he needs to go for a limited amount. Dutch allies. So he's ended relations as well, so no more ninja, right? Unless you can get them from the monastery, but I don't think you can. I think it's only from Japanese isolation if I'm not incorrect. Heavy cannons straight forward. Get a massive hit. I love heavy cannons. Halka-Peltlets getting some massive AoE damage there, also destroying all the trees. That one AoE goes a long way. It's hard to gauge how effective one AoE is in anti-infantry duty, but like this, they will get some good AoE damage. There's our Harkbusters are heavy cavalry, heavy range, but still heavy cavalry. You can see here the third tag is heavy cavalry, so they are still affected by the heavy anti-heavy cavalry damage. And the heavy cannons are doing great, as well as the light cavalry as well. So more Yumi archers still needed, but heavy cannons, of course, are very good against them. Going for the light cavalry unit there, and more of the armed pursuers. We cancel those out. More Yumi archers. And just like that, Japanese player lost his army very handily to all siege weapons. We do now have Daimyo Masamune here. And of course, age 4. Has a cherry rice paddy there. Getting one out early to get the research going is probably not a bad idea. Cherry orchard's down half its food. Times 4 flaming arrows, that'd be very nice. Flaming arrows are like, somewhat like light cannon. The Hodone Shone, the Iroquois light cannon. They don't get any bonus damage for artillery, but 75 base damage is not bad. Help counter them. They're more units that counter artillery unit, right? I do know that their archer unit does have a staggering times 7 versus artillery, so they're good, very good against artillery. Dutch allies, more villagers. Let's see, he has 2 villager queues now. Got a castle here, probably going for more of the various artillery units. Steam powered, which means coin, right? So it looks like he's not eyeing for heavy cannons, even though these heavy cannons did quite well. I do have a bias towards them, keep in mind. Looks like the Toshoku, how I pronounce that shrine, is not fully healed, but healed up enough. Just don't mind the sunroof right there. More light cavalry pushing down south, and Japanese player. Okay, they're still playing coin from back here to claim. Great amount of light cavalry here. Can't go too far forward away from the heavy cannon. He needs the heavy cannon to deal with all the Yumi archers. Light cavalry gets some good damage there. More light cavalry point of field. He's going for infantry breastplate and the gunner's quadrant. Gunner's quadrant is not an important upgrade. Improves your artillery line of sight by 6, if I remember incorrectly. Going for Japanese isolationism again. I don't know why I have trouble saying some of these words. And now we do have the tempo reforms. Right now, still discipline, not honored. Veteran Hussars, so let's mix in some Hussars. Got Gunnar light cavalry here, which will be good against those Hussars. Yumi archer is now getting some good damage on the light cavalry, trying to finish off the shrine, which is just effectively a ×2 shrine, not a massive. Actually improves the resource generation of all the shrines, so losing it is a bit of an issue. Getting some good damage there. Got a 154 population versus 152, quite even. Japanese also has a pretty good mixed resources. Ready to revolt, but he can't revolt. Hussar streamer on forward, and they will get ripped apart immediately. Now we got the honored Yumi archers. We do now have the Shogun Tokugawa being shipped on in. And the Bushido principles, and a military rickshaw, and some of the rise pass upgrades being researched. Good idea to get that going before you actually need to use rice paddies. Number of villagers up here collecting wood. Does pick up its monks. Couple picks there, and the monks do smoke bomb away. Lots of light cavalry. And now got a good number of clubmen ready to go clubbing. Oh, they're being deployed up by Shogun Tokugawa. I didn't realize you can employ those out. And you don't have to pay export for that. We got a round of Dutch priests here as well. Very nice. A little extra healing goes a long way, or at least make your units go a longer way. And Japanese players almost max out population. These clubmen, they're basically pikemen. They're slightly better stats with less range. And health. 140 health is base health is higher than pikemen's normal health. Oh, revolt? I was not expecting that. He's gone for the Finns, so he has some Karlen Jaegers, which are a light infantry unit. No. Oh yeah, they are light infantry. Let's see, what's their revolt deck? I'm not really familiar with the Finns. It's roughly this. I think they can out counter Jaegers as well. Should be good against the Yumi archers, but this may not go that far. Got a massive number of these Jaegers. Light infantry or like having engaged in Jaegers will be very effective versus them. Yumi archers being inspired. The Shogun may want to continue building out some units here. His population is going to be rapidly decreasing, though the Finns' population is rapidly decreasing as well. The one AoE does go a long way. Now the archers falling back, they are honored. Right now, the Japanese player needs some more flaming arrows and perhaps some Naginata riders. Flaming arrows may be a little bit better since he's fighting against also Gunoma light cavalry. More calling Yankees been point field, more Yumi archers going for the salty. Oh, no, that's the caravan trade, not the salty camel. Going for a shipment of the flaming arrows now. Japanese players had quite a bit of resource stockpiled up, but now is low on food and wood. Plenty of coin for now, so maybe go for a round of mercenaries. Just get them going. Maybe the Harker Bruisers may be good since they help engage all the light infantry. Yumi archers getting some good damage here. Flaming arrows need to focus down these Jaegers. Both sides are grinding down. Of course, he's out of village on the Finn side. He's going for a good number of Jaegers, which only cost wood. He has a good amount of resource income from something. One's points for the factory, so I'm not sure what he's getting with all the food and wood. I'm not really familiar with the Finns provide. And I saw something about Strelets, upgrade card of fallen Strelets. Northern Wilderness. We got some more clubmen here, which are not going to be useful against these light infantry units, but I think he's just trying to pull out some mass on the field. Alright, I'm curious about the Finnish deck. I really don't know the Finnish deck. Let's see. Strela hold, one-time muster of 5 Strelets, okay. Allotment system, ships 1 Carolyn for each torp you have on the map, so 20 Carolyns. Blockhouse cannon, ships 1 Falconet. Blockhouses constrain Falconets and mortars, that's nice. Team House of Romanov. Defensive structures have plus 100% hit points and or 50% hit points and damage. Fun thing about it as well, the House of Romanov may be the legitimate heirs to the actual Rome title, the Roman Empire title, believe it or not. Let's see, Sumalina, I butchered that well enough. Transform blockhouses for frontier defense, delivers 4 blockhouses, delivers 1 fort wagon, adds 1 fort build limit. Academy, ships 1 explorer and 4 surgeons and field hospitals. Let's see. Allows Jaegers to gather resources from mines, livestock, and huntable animals. Oh, it looks like they may have been collecting up wood there. Let's see. Can gather from trees and resource houses and construct blockhouses. So they can gather resources to build more Jaegers. Got it. Maybe that's why he also had the card to allow his torps to collect up more wood. But overall, the Honor Naginata Riders is definitely a good call. Lance of Cavalry against the light infantry units. Let's see, what else do the Finns have? More Halkapaltids, Baltic Fleet, gunboats. Researches Imperial monitors and grants Caravel's long-range bombard ability. Kudra War, this looks like water stuff. Jaeger combat, improves all Jaeger's health and damage by 20%, including counter Jaegers. Jaeger combat, something autonomy, increases blockhouse limit, and enables the research of Imperial range and musketeer upgrades and make them cheaper. Grand Duchy of Finland enables Russian counter dragoons and counter Jaegers, which are a counter light infantry unit. Finn horses, we know about that. Jaegers upgrades all Jaegers as Saxon Jaegers, allows you to train them from your barracks. And it's a bunch of infinite stuff down south on the bottom of the willow. Light cavalry push forward, Jaegers engaging. A lot of these clubmen here, which are heavy infantry units. I don't try to minimize deploying those. Those guys may be nice and all to get up and engage all the light cavalry. They do have 5 movement speed. But the Jaegers are pretty hard counter to them. It's like playing a pikeman. I don't think pikemen in this situation is great. Got some Honor Shinobi, which are light infantry units, so that's actually a good item to ship on in. They won't get countered by the Jaegers, but they can still be gotten down in large numbers since they're not really massable. Enemy archers get a good volley there. Got a handful of various siege weapons. Yep, looks like the mortar here is not a counter artillery unit, so they have Japanese pretty much rely on their light cavalry to gauge artillery pieces. That's how I always forget who can do what. Mortar engaged in town center, very nice. More Jaegers being pulled in the field. He has plenty of coin. Maybe if he has a tavern on the field or a saloon, get out some mercenaries of some sort. Yep, these Honored Shinobi are definitely a great call, being a light infantry unit. And still got a good number of these flaming arrows, getting some good damage on the Jaegers. Here comes some more Naginata Riders, in which the light cavalry will be useful against them. Those Naginata Riders managed to close on in though. This doesn't have good on these guys in mass. And it's not spending the coins there as well. I guess not building a tavern was a massive mistake. Maybe a better idea to set these factories of wood to get out more Jaegers at this point in time. He doesn't need coin, he needs other resources. Heavy cannon still would have been a good idea as well. And looks like the Japanese player forced the Finnish player out of the game. This Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Though I'm curious about the rest of these cards. I saw something about trees. All present house, black houses, and torp spawn 1 tree. Okay, that's interesting. I have no idea if that's actually worth it. Of course, some good resource crates, get some elk, prospector wagons, and blackberries. So I'm just a little bit curious about that. And before I start with my next game, the last replay, I do need to rush them. Please give me 1 moment. Apologies, I am back. And my last replay for tonight. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the left side is the blue Hausa or Husua, I don't know how to pronounce it still. We got a foreign name. So on the right side is the red Dutch, we got Bob and Joyer. No doctrine, or not doctrines, decks selected just yet. Wrong game I'm thinking of. And when it comes to names of the map, we've got the Jesuits, give access to the Conquistadors, which do specialize in gunpowder and building hit points, and making your villagers build faster. The gunpowder damage probably a bit more useful for the Dutch since they're more of skirmisher focus. The Hausa, of course, generally more rely on Fulani archers, so they may not be super useful for the Hosua. But some of their other stuff maybe could be useful later on, like the Akin and Akanobas. Kitty Cat's starting to go on down.
Clyde.
Envoy moving around, got a shipment available, going for more envoys. Not envoys, merchants. Let's see, we got a foreign name of deck. Let's see, yep, the various cattle. We got the Dane guns, give increase in Bugatti attack and train speed, and that will partially cause coin and influence. So, makes it a bit more accessible. They're also effectively the spy for the Hausa. Silversmith, which is not a very common card, but can be quite nice. And there's Akin and Kanobas, a heavy infantry unit. The Knights, Sarkin Dogarada is for Magadi. Increase the hit points and inflicts more melee damage against cavalry. Simgali's Riflemen and Sahelian Kingdoms. Over here, we do have the #1 deck. Looks like standard Dutch to me, though we do see the British Harquebusers, Bruisers, or however you pronounce them. He's aging up with the Quartermaster. His opponent's not aging up just yet. He's aging up to the Akin.
Nuh-uh.
One shipment available. He may go for the Hausa Kingdom. Hausa Kingdom right before the age up completes, so he gets the University Builder and the Trade Builder along with the Senga cattle. One bank to pull in the field. We do now have the bank wagon being shipped on in. And it looks like it does use a fuse ability there. The blind monks are shooting each other. I suppose it's in their name, Blind Monk. There's the Kingdom Builders, Trade Builder, and the University Builder. Is that close enough to the trade post to be affected by it? +5, 75% influence. Yep, it's close enough to both. There we go. Immediate researches the Akin palm oil exports, which he needed one more influence for a brief moment. Going for the crossing festival. Looks like the cow's gonna be crossing the road. That's what that clearly means, right? Selective breeding, Girot, Akena Kanobas. Over here, we got pikemen. May try to torch down some stuff. We do also have native embassy here for the Akena Kanobas. They are costing this many resources, but then again, if I switch over here, they cost this many resources, 100 influence. It needs this research to make it cost not influence. Become a standard military unit. There's the cows. Got to keep those doggies rolling. And I think he just sold one of the cows. The envoy has been made as delivered. I'm trying to think how to make a stupid joke. Trying to say deliver demands, but he died. I guess the message was a bullet to the back of the head. Yep, that joke was not going anywhere. Here comes the Hazaras pushing way forward. There is one, of course, palace here to help defend, as well as a handful of Kanobas. They are a musketeer unit. Their melee damage is a little bit weak, but they do have 19 damage with 1 AoE. That 1 AoE could be useful. Well, it's more anti-infantry purpose than an anti-cavalry purpose. The Emir does go down. And I hear the Girot drumming his drum. There's work rate of buildings and speed in nearby infantry units. Which also looks like he has this... whatchamacallit? University's fully maxed out, so getting some good influence there. But got the good number of pikemen hitting him. Akena Kanobas trying to engage all these Hazars. Palace provides some good fire support. The university does have some health to help withstand. Girot tooting his horn. Got too many Hazars here, so it looks like the university may go down. Does get a shipment of coin. He needs more defense. He's also going for some fishing canoes. Right now, these Akena Kanobas are costing influence. That's why he's not being able to pull a good number of them out on the field. University has gone down. That's a good spot for replacement one still. Girot takes some damage. He can get inside of the the palace. For the trading post next. Dutch players being pretty aggressive and being successfully aggressive. Here's the bigger point. The Hausa almost enough resources aging on up. Influence being shipped on in. Not sure what he should probably ship on in. You can now age up. What you should age up for? I have no idea. Maybe the Berbers? He's going for the Berbers, I guess correctly. Because the Berber Camel Riders are a pretty good anti-cavalry unit. The weird light range cavalry unit that only has a melee attack. Embassy's taking some hits. It's a minor loss losing it. Remember as well on this map, there's only fish out here, no whales, so you might want to keep the number of fishing boats to a minimum. Plus, if you go for too many, your opponent will try to counter. If you have a small number, your opponent may not want to try to invest a dock and then ship deal with them. Dutch player has plenty of resources right now. Looks like about ready to age on up himself. Girot's wounded, but he's drumming along. Dutch player is aging up to the Exile Prince. The Berbers are still being researched. Got some skirmishers now being put on the field, which will automatically receive their veteran research. And Exile Prince is the fast age up. He will probably match the Hausa's age up. It's actually getting pretty close. Who ages up first? Take your bets. I generally have no idea. And the Dutch aged up first. Granted, he did, since the Blues age up was standard, he was able to get stuff from his age up, while the fast age up was the thing that the Dutch got. Elite Berber Camel Riders, you can see here, they do bonus damage versus all cavalry ×2. And I was going for the Gansnasi. I don't know how to pronounce these things. It'll make Aken Kanobas a standard military unit, which may not be great. Dutch tends to rely on skirmishers, and there's a good number of skirmishers there. Some Liffid Knights may be in order. Got some Luthiers as well. Does get some Irish Brigadiers. Actually, we may see fast industrial for the house. He almost has enough resources. Ymir quickly goes on down there. One villager gets hit pretty hard. The university has been rebuilt. Not the trading post, though. So he does have enough wood for the trading post now. There's Gasinas now. And aging up with the Yorbara. I think that's a fast age up as well. It doesn't look like a fast age up. I can never tell. This progress bar is not easy to determine. Well, the Yorbara does kind of give him some very, very powerful militia cavalry, which has absurd resistances and good damage, and gets stronger as he starts losing his hit points. More efficient canoes being employed in the field. I do not know how many is enough. Got some catfish here if you want to get catfished. And now going to trade posts here as well. And we've got some halberdiers. The nice thing about the House of Player aging up, he will get the free native guard research. So Zaken and Kanobas will automatically get age upgraded. Imported cannons would be useful, but there's a good number of Routier here. Luckily, the Burma Camel Riders are pretty good against Routier, but they are countered by the skirmishers who are hitting the Aken and Kanobas. There's a champion Orboro Estor Riders. They have absurdly high resistances, not really high health. They get quickly gunned down there. Irish Brigadier are getting elite and quite vetted. Massive number of Orboro Estor Riders and more Orboro Estor Riders. I don't think I've seen this many before. I'll say they're uncapped as well. They are Lancer variants, so they're good against the skirmishers. And thanks to their 55% range resist, they will resist most of this damage. Probably not. I'm probably going to do some Age of Empires 4. I try to do Company Heroes 1 every Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm a little bit behind. I need to get some Age of Empires 4 recordings stockpiled. Got some Fulani archers now pulling the field, trying to get some of these veteran root. They are taking account of the veteran root here. Lastly, Yorbara Estor Riders do go down there. Still just migrating over here. That's probably enough fishing boats for now. There's not too many fish out at sea. See something red? Ah, just a villager right there. Click the deer. That's what I see along the coastline. Villagers taking some damage there. Deer being clicked on up. One, the villagers do go down. Got the native treaty shipment, which I think it's affected by the age up, so he's gone for the Akin, the Yorbara, and the Berbers. And does have Jesuits on the field as well, so he potentially get up to 4 allies. That's quite a shipment there. He got some akin, as well as some more of the akin, the native and the non-native. Guard Conquistadors, Guard Champion Berber Riders, and some Yorboro Oyo Legionaries, or however you pronounce it. Yasuni's Horn, got the Berbers charging way forward. Got some villagers here as well. Halberdiers being engaged by the various units. The Yorboro Oyo Legionaries are a heavy infantry unit. 41 damage is pretty good, but that's probably because it's champion. Berber Kamen Riders engaging. They do 25% less damage for the villagers. Nothing too significant or insignificant. Very powerful but slow training unit. So they take a longer train time with their little quirk for more stats. Not a bad trade-off. Got a good number of routier here. Akin and Kanobas are, of course, heavy infantry units. They do have a bayonet. Halberdier is now engaging a pretty good heavy infantry unit as well to engage in melee. And they do manage to actually connect. Some of these guys are getting killed off pretty quickly though, because the Akin and Kanobas do have 1 AoE, which is very effective. Skirmish is getting flanked by the Akin and Kanobas. Conquistadors do also have 1 little AoE effect. Hussars having trouble pushing way forward. They are just age 3 Hussars. The Dutch players going for is cavalry combat. Yorboro Estor Rider does go down there. The Emir does manage to engage some of these skirmishers. He is classified as a actually it's classified as a light cavalry, so he does take bonus damage from the skirmishers. Hussars getting hit quite bad by the by the heavy infantry's melee. Yorboro Estor Rider trying to engage these skirmishers against good damage. They do have a plus 50% damage versus infantry and stratted damage as well. Got an Emir. The Emir does go down. The rest of these forces falling back. A nice little mixed force. And up here, another palace being established. And now the trading post is under fire. With the amount of Hussars now is falling on the field, some Jesuits wouldn't be half bad. Some Conquistadors. Got more Dutch halberdiers and hussars, so we switched to a heavy composition rather than a light composition. We got some cattle being shipped on in. The exchange all your cattle. This will give them 2,000 influence, so you can start perhaps bringing some cannon. Can't say exactly for sure. It'll be up to him. A lot of things he can do for that much influence. Nearly 2,500. So now it's 2,600 influence. All the cows are beyond skinny. 5 food. They're minimal capacity cows. I think cows usually start off with 50 food in them. I could be mistaken. Let's bring in a lot of Berber riders. So it's a lot of influence to consume. Halberdiers push right forward. Does find this granary, a handful of villagers there. We're putting down the 46 versus 39. I wonder how many banks he has at the moment. 5 out of 5. Pretty good. Yorubaro Estro Riders now engaging, but these are halberdiers, but they do have pretty good melee resist, 55%. These guys do have double damage, so they're probably doing 32 damage per strike. It's not great against those heavy cav. Halberdiers do quick going down. We got some falconets here, fuel guns more precisely. He does not have counter skirmishing, counter infantry rifling, which has probably been oversight by the Dutch. That is not an advanced arsenal upgrade, that's a regular arsenal upgrade. So I think that's a critical mistake right now for the Dutch player, because that could improve his damage output with skirmishers by 50% against all these heavy infantry units. It does take out those falconets, very nice. Going for another shipment of skirmishers now. Now I've got a war camp here, as well as a war camp there. Hello. Dutch villagers backing off. Blue is starting to put a pretty good presence on the map now, but we now got a counterattack of these hussars. Finds a handful of villagers there, very nice. Okay, now the economies are probably pretty similar. It's hard to gauge the differences between banks and universities when it comes to total value provided. Because while the influence does get collected at a slower rate, it does provide the influence-based items are cheaper. Berber camera is going down. Got a very good number of hussars there. Skirmishers now firing away. I think the sound bug's starting to emerge as well. My apologies. Dutch right now is completely out of food and income. There's an artillery foundry, not an arsenal.
Commando.
Militiamen advancing. Yorubaro Estro Rider intercepting. Akana Kanobo is now falling back there a little bit. A lot of war camps here. Nothing to provide good torch damage. Skirmishers have bad torch damage, and these militiamen have even worse. Honestly, part of me believes that militiamen should, like, I suppose they need to have the torch damage to help engage, like, outposts and all that sort. Part of me believes also militiamen shouldn't have torch damage, like pets. They're meant for defense. Oh, we got a round of the Yorubaro Estro Riders. Hussars gaining Yorubaro Estro Riders thanks to a massive melee resist, taking 55% less damage. These Hussars are doing about 20 damage per strike against them. When your armor gets high, it really makes a difference. Armor stacking is massive. Of course, that's not really a thing in this game, but when your armor gets higher, it really does make a difference. Got some Dutch villagers heading to the town center, having its gun firing. But now the skirmishers are able to engage these Akana Kanobas in a reasonable region. Villagers on the mill. Gotta make sure these skirmishers are spread up. They're getting hit by the splash damage. And now got more of the Lifid Knights being put on field. How many of the units were Lifid Knights rather than Yorubaro Estro Riders? I've been mistaken some of them. The models at sometimes quick glance are similar, and these are just regular Lifid Knights, not the guard variant. Which are effectively just a Hussar with dual armor types. They're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. They're also pretty healthy as well, so they're more of the resilient Hussar variant. Resilient heavy cav.
Commando.
Got some halberdiers being pulled over here. Dutch right now is at 25 villagers. Oh, he has lost a large number of villagers. Where do they all go? Don't remember seeing any sort of mass calling of them. Oh, got a good number of villagers here to get called out as well. So I think the Dutch player is starting to disintegrate. Losing half your villagers is a massive problem. There's going to be some good damage there onto these Lithan Knights. Oh. So sort of upgrade, and now he's completely consumed everything at his livestock mark. I'm not sure. One of those upgrades must have done something for that. I really don't know all the livestock quirks, or at least all the livestock market quirks. I actually did quite a bit of research on livestock, like cows and sheep, and how to make them good. Surprising enough, you can make them quite decent, by the way. Looks like the Dutch player has back of the game. That's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And that is the last replay I had left in my library. So that should be my last replay tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching.